Welcome back to The Last Stand Aftermath. This is my second session streaming the game, and rather than being super deep into the late game, we're here in the early game. And so I kind of wanted to show what the early game is like when you don't have a bunch of equipment saved up. You'll notice that my health started out full. It's already getting some infection creeping up on it, though. It does not take long for that to get started. So I've actually got some antiviral. You always start with one dose of antiviral. Getting at least one of those infection upgrades, though, isn't that bad, so I'm not going to spend the antiviral right now. I'm going to wait until I have, basically until I encounter another dose of it, so that because you can only carry one dose at a time. You can't just stock up. So that's when you always want to use your antiviral if you've just found more antiviral. But I don't know if I'm going to find any here. You'll notice these zombies are much, much easier to fight. There were some little zombies, some child zombies. I think they're called scamps. They're easy to fight, but you do feel a little bit bad about it. One thing that you can do... I've got a brick. I can throw the brick to attract zombies' attention. So if I'm feeling nervous about my ability to fight zombies, I don't have to always fight them. I can actually distract them and manipulate them to get them out of my way. Now, in this particular case, I'm not actually worried about the zombies. These are easy zombies. I've gotten really, really used to being able to fight them, so it's not a big deal. Oh, interesting. Oh, wait, yeah, there we go. So I can kick this door in. That's going to attract these zombies, and I don't care. Let's see what I can scavenge. So yeah, you'll find that the pattern of play in a given level of this game is to, first you get a sense of where things are. So there's some stuff to the west. So I've kind of started it in like the least productive area, and I'm going to circle around the entire map to try to grab all of the stuff that I can. Ooh. I don't know if you can hear that little beeping sound. I'm also feeling vibration in my controller. I'm near a hidden cache. So one thing that they do is some of my upgrades, you saw me buying upgrades in the previous episode. Some of my upgrades are about combat and, be able to survive longer. Some of them is about resources. Like you unlock, for instance, the ability to loot zombie corpses, and for there to be better stuff on the zombie corpses. Another thing that you unlock is the ability to detect these little radio caches. Is it over here? Yes! Okay, so you can't find these early on in the game. They usually have some really nice stuff in them, but you have to put some extra effort, not just to unlock them, but also to track them down in the actual world. So you'll notice I don't have a melee weapon right now. My melee weapon broke. But you can fight zombies with your fists. Usually, though, that doesn't really do a lot of damage to them. What it does mostly is stun damage, which knocks them down. So they also do regular damage. That particular big tough zombie took a lot of damage and it was really resistant to stunning. So I didn't stun him, but that previous zombie, it got that little stars circling its head effect, and it fell down. That when it does that, then you can execute it on the ground. And when you're fighting with your fists, that's what most of the zombie deaths look like. Is you stun it and then you kill it. Okay, so if I had brought one of those batteries with me that I unlocked last episode, I could grab this supply right now. Unfortunately, I don't have a battery with me. And maybe that was an oversight. I'm hoping there's a battery around here somewhere that I can loot. No guarantees, though. This game is very, very procedurally generated. Okay, so let's grab another crap weapon. Yet I usually go through all my crap weapons first before I start using my nice weapons, just because they're just not even useful a lot of the time. Early on in the game, I didn't stun zombies very often unless I was unarmed. Because usually most of my weapons did more melee damage than stun damage, and so they would just, or at least relative to the zombie's health. But now that I've been upgrading my stun damage, I'm stunning way more zombies, which means they go down faster, but there's an extra step to killing them. So I'm just vacuuming up everything kind of indiscriminately. Okay, okay, there is some fuel that I missed. Maybe inside this building. Oh, right. Again, all weapons start unloaded. I think there's a reason for that. I think it's so that, like, you're not, like, worrying about sort of fishing bullets out of a gun. I don't think they have an interface for unloading a weapon, so they don't make you do that. But it does mean that you'll often pick up a gun, get really excited about using it, and forget that you have to manually load it first. Okay, yeah, so there is a fuel can inside this cage with these zombies. So pop this door open. Hello. Grab the fuel. Yeah, so I couldn't leave until I got the fuel anyway, so all the scavenging has been worth it. I'm sad that I'm not finding a battery, though. What about in here? Nope, finding some good stuff. And I should definitely take stock of my inventory once I've scavenged everything. But it's looking like I'm probably not going to find a battery. If I found electronics, I might be able to craft a battery. No. I do want to craft some bandages, though. So we'll grab those. And maybe a Molotov. I don't usually craft medkits because by the time I get deep enough into the game that I need a lot of healing, my infection meter has overtaken my health meter by so much that I don't need that much healing. I never need that much healing at once. Okay, so I'm not going to find a battery here. So all I can do is move on. I'm sad about losing the access to that supply, but what can you do? So no one might ask me if it's still no meeting Friday. So because I'm in the United States, this is actually part of the Thanksgiving holiday. So I'm streaming on a Friday, but there's no work today. Okay, it looks like there's a Herc outpost here, and there's a safe house further down the line. So I think this is probably one of the best places that I can go. I can get some antiviral here, and that's it. I can get some antiviral here. That's really important. So that's what I'm going to do. So Lily's Apple asks, so there's no way to really survive the game. No matter what you do, you're going to die. It's just how well you do before you die. Yeah, so the question is, can I save my community with my death? That's like sort of thematically what they're going for. Ooh, look, here's a bloater type zombie. Let's check this guy out. So even though these guys have, in their game, they've got analogs to ferals, bloaters, and juggernauts, all of them need to be fought in a different way from the way you fight them in State of Decay. So it is pretty original. So, like, for instance, the bloater, in State of Decay, you want to shoot the bloater before it comes at you. In this game, bloater types actually have a lot of health. And so shooting them is not usually a very efficient way to do it. Instead, you want them to run up on you, and you want to dodge away at the last second before they explode. Similarly, they're feral type enemies. In State of Decay, again, just like with the bloaters, you just want to shoot them before they get you. Probably while they're charging at you because they're charging in a straight line, and they're easy to hit. The feral type zombies in this game are never easy to hit. They're very hard to hit with bullets. But if you dodge them, they tumble on the ground and become very vulnerable to melee attacks. And so the strategy with those ferals is to let them attack you, dodge them once, and then while they're sprawled on the ground, hit them 3 times or something like that, and they die. The Juggernaut types, they are a little bit more similar. You just want to fill them with bullets. But, you know, they have, like, a lot like our Juggernauts, they have, like, a ground pound attack, and they've got a charge attack that you have to try to dodge around. So they are pretty similar. But physically, they actually look a lot more like, say, the tank character from Left 4 Dead. Which reminds me, I need to play Back 4 Blood. I still haven't played it. So this is another knowledge site. I've already collected 53 knowledge. So I could spend it on... I've already spent all I can on upgrading my stun damage, my knockdown chance. Throw distance, I don't throw things a lot. You know what? I do use a lot of automatic weapons, though. Upgrading their damage seems valuable. Yeah, let's spend a bunch on that. And then... Oh, improving my sprinting stamina cost or door kicking damage. Let's do door kicking damage. So now I can, in one kick down a door with 3 health. This one has 2 health, but you get the idea. Alright, well, that hurt a little bit. Luckily, I've got a bunch of bandages. Let's use them. And then somewhere around here, there's a Herc station. That's what I'm really here to find. Oh, wait. Where is this? There it is. Anyway, back to that question that I was answering before. So yeah, so your character is trying to... Your character does... They are infected. They will inevitably die. But they're trying to accomplish as much as they can for their community, for their friends, before they go. I don't know how the end game plays out. I have never won this game. And so I don't know if the end game involves getting to some situation where your character can actually survive, if there's a cure for the infection, or if, even in that scenario, you are still going to die, but you reach some kind of conclusion that lets you, you know, help your community in some more permanent way. I imagine that the ending is going to be one of those two things. Here's a... I've been searching for this radio cache. All right. So let's head down this way, because that's where the Herc thing is going to be. It's funny, with all of my upgrades, like, I just smash through zombies so fast. Okay, let's take stock of our weapons. So, for instance, I've got a muzzle brake for a pistol. I can use it on this G17. I think that's what I got the most bullets for. It's kind of a busted G17, and so it's... I'm not actually sure what being busted means. I think that it's got... I think it's just probably got worse stats than if I fixed it. So at some point I need to find... get some firearm parts and fix it. I don't think I need... This hunting rifle doesn't make sense to have equipped because I don't have any bullets for it. So let's get the sawed-off shotgun instead. Okay, so I am equipped... Though we got to reload them. I am equipped with 2 guns that I can use. So when zombies start charging me, I can deal with them. So let's start the generator. Okay, so these little guys, you can just kill them with 1 hit. So if there's a lot of them, then you want to use the gun on them. But if there's a couple... Ah, the early game. So much easier. Let's just pick up the loot from these guys. Again, like, when you first start the game, like, this is, you know... I don't know how many runs. I've gone on dozens of runs. When you first start the game, there's a lot less loot on the zombies. There's a lot of things that I'm doing that you're not doing early on. All right, I've collected just enough infected blood that I can craft another antiviral. So I'll use the antiviral I've got. I'll craft a new one. So now I've got one that I've used, one that I've crafted. I can't use the radio because, I mean, I could, but I don't have enough knowledge for it to be worthwhile. And I don't have any batteries to open up these boxes. So I'm not going to bother. I shouldn't have used a battery on the last box of those like that I had. So I'm just going to keep not doing that. Oh, hey. Yeah, so typically I'll just run around vacuuming up all the gear that I find, and only if I need to do I actually look back at my equipment and equip something new. So what else do we have here? Oh, there might be a battery or electronics in here. A gear, okay. So there's something to the west that I don't know about. I have enough fuel that I can go to one of the destinations on my list, but not both. So I'm hoping there's some fuel in this direction so that I can have more options about where to go next. There it is. And there's another radio cache, yes. Boom. And it included a battery. So if I wanted to go back to one of those containers, I could use the battery to open it up. But I kind of don't want to. I want to save it for a supply cache in the future. So I think we've done everything we need to do here. So let's just move on. All right, so there's only one. Oh, there's only one place to go. So if I had not grabbed that second can of fuel, it would show my line here getting partway there and stopping, and I would need to go to a special level to scavenge for gas. Usually one full of zombies and not a lot of other opportunities. So you don't want to do that. You want to have enough gas to get to where you want to go. So we're going to go this way and see what's at this site. Let's scavenge as much as we can here, because the next site I'm going to go to is a safe house. And safe houses usually just give you a lot of opportunities to craft stuff, if you've got enough loot in your pockets. Alright, so what's here? Something to the southwest, something to the northwest. Looks like this might not be a very fruitful place, but let's see. Got some scrap, useful. Oh, an M1911. I think I've picked up some 45, so... It's very easy to accidentally walk yourself into a cloud of poison while you're fighting zombies. Okay, so we're going to activate this beacon. We could have gotten an M16 out of it, but I basically never pick up the supplies here. Now, if I get to the point where I've unlocked pretty much anything I'll ever want through the supply system, then I might actually start grabbing the short-term supplies. But, oh, there's a place where I can get some antiviral. Except I'm betting it costs a battery, and I just spent my only battery. So I'm betting I'm going to go to this place with the antiviral, and it's not going to work. Unless I can find myself another battery. Oh, there's another battery. Great, perfect, wonderful. Now, I actually don't need antiviral urgently right now. So maybe there's other ways that I can spend my time while I'm waiting for my current antiviral. There's the spot where I was going to get antiviral, right here. But I can't get it out right now because I'm still using my previous dose. So actually, maybe I don't bother. Maybe this is kind of a cheap area, and it's not worth hanging around here waiting for my antiviral to expire. There's not enough to do. Do a little bit more exploring, but... chances are it's not going to be super worth it. Yeah, unless... wait, did I already search this building? I don't remember. Nope! Have I picked up any food yet? Yes, canned beans. Let's fix our stamina a bit. There we go. Oh, hello, bloater. Alright, well that brought all the boys to the yard. Let's get in here. Haha, I'm not out there anymore. Okay, so there's a little bit of stuff in here, maybe. Oh, okay, got some guns. Some busted guns, but whatever. Alright, I'm going to take everything I can. Alright, I think that's about everything I can get from here now. So let's head over to the car, go to the safe house, and see what we can do. Oh, man, my antiviral's about to run out. I'm not going to worry about it. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. A couple things. First off, I should fix my engine. This doesn't take any resources. It's just a chore you have to do periodically or your car's going to break down en route. So this is saying I've got one of 2 gas that I need to get to the next place. The thing is, I don't think there's any gas here. I think if there was, it would show me. So I think we might actually have to see what happens when you leave without enough gas. Oh, so Lily's Apple wants to know, is the ability to see the outlines of zombies through obstacles, is that an ability they've unlocked, or is that just always that way? It's always that way. Because, this game has got, it's a top-down game, but it's kind of got an isometric perspective. It's really a strong risk that zombies will be just invisible to you unless they make sure that you can see them. So that's just them being fair, because your character can see those zombies that are obstructed from the camera's perspective, and so you should be able to see them as well. Okay, so yeah, it'll take two fuel to get to either of these places. This one's a safe house. This one's got a store. I kind of want to show you what a safe house is like, so let's go to the safe house. But along the way, we're going to run out of gas. Oh, so Rock Scissors Pizza says that actually, if you don't want those zombie outlines, you can, they believe that you can turn them off in the settings. That I would not be surprised if that's the case. Okay, so this is a place that just exists for me to be able to get gas here. And you can see I get attacked by zombies immediately. Come here, you little scamps. Ooh, got an extended magazine for a pistol. I'm just, well... Ooh, okay. We just got a better gun. So we've been using this G17, but it's busted. This one, wait a minute. Oh, it's doing more damage because of the break. So actually, I don't know what's different about the busted one versus the not busted one. I genuinely have no idea. I think we should switch to the non-busted one. And then I think we should also switch the attachment we were using to the non-busted one. And the extended magazine to it. But yeah, it's not really better than the other one was. So I don't know what made the busted one worse. Because I've never had a gun break on me. So I don't think that could be it. Yeah, so I don't know what a gun being busted means. So, I don't know. That's a question to answer some other time, I guess. I'm going to wait for this cloud to disperse. Ooh, that was my antiviral running out. So I could use some now to slow it down some more, but that first, I don't think I necessarily need to have all that health. Oh, there's no infected blood on that guy? I thought there would be. Anyway, what was I saying? I don't know. Oh, yeah. There isn't anything that can do all of my health and damage really, really fast. And so I don't feel like I'm in danger by, losing one of those pips. So I'd actually rather let that particular infection upgrade just happen. So I'm going to let it go. And we're just going to move on to the safe house. And the safe house will also have more fuel. I apparently just hit a bloater with my car, and hopefully that didn't do any damage. I don't think it nothing matters after you actually start the car. Brian Menard says, damn, Durangatang, you're better than me at this game by so much. Are you kidding me? I mean, I haven't really watched you play. I have a lot of doubts about whether I'm actually better at this game than you are. Seeing how much better than me you are at State of Decay 2. All right. Oh, a battery. That's good. Just going to open all these. So one of the things you can unlock over time is extra boxes at safe houses. So a safe house is a safe place. It's got no zombies in it, but it's got it's got a bunch of supplies that you can raid, including stuff that you unlock over time. I believe with knowledge. You just open garage doors for no reason. And it's got crafting stations. So there's actually two different kinds of crafting stations. there is the fire, which lets you make things like herbal remedies. I'm not going to use my herbal remedies because I want to save it for antidote in case I get to the Sunken City again. And you can build, like, there's a lot of generic stuff that you can build at either place, like can bombs you can just make anywhere. Bandages, I think you can just make anywhere. But specifically, herbal remedies have to be made at a campfire. And I believe that, like, weapons have to be built at a workbench. So this is a workbench over here. And so I can make a new battery out of scrap and electronics, which I always do. Batteries are some of the most valuable things in the game. You can also make, let's see here, you can take an existing weapon that you've got that's broken, add scrap to it, and craft the fully functional version of it. I don't know why to do that, though. And then I can take firearm parts. I can use them to build improvised firearms, but I don't have access to that yet. I can make myself a bloodluster, though, which is a very fancy melee weapon. So I made that out of those melee parts that I built. Ooh, and because I've got... Ooh, I can make myself an improvised SMG, an improvised shotgun using those firearm parts that I made. So, interesting. So what... I should check my inventory, see what ammunition I have. So, wait, what ammo's here? So I've got a fair number of shotgun shells. I've got a bunch of propane gas. Is that used for the flamethrower? Interesting. And some 9mm and 45. So yeah, so I think, you know, I've got that sawed-off shotgun already. I think the improvised shotgun is better. So yeah, let's make ourselves the improvised shotgun. Let's also make the rifle scope. And a can bomb, because why not? Some knuckle dusters. Ooh, and a suppressor. And actually, I like the idea of having a mine. Let's do a mine. So I'm just eating up a ton of my resources. So I'm going to make a bunch of knuckle dusters, and eventually I'm going to turn those into those fist blades that I had before. How many of these can I make? I've got so much scrap and rags. Do I really have that many? I've got so many knuckle dusters. And they're unnecessary. Okay, so I've got this improvised shotgun. So let's make that my second gun. And let's load it. So it's got 4 shots instead of 2. So it is going to be better than my sawed-off. Ooh, I didn't realize that there were... Yes, got some herbs outside. So maybe we can make some antidote. So I collected a bunch of herbs. Are there any more herbs around here? Looks like not. Okay, let's go see if we can make some antidote with what we just found. Here we go. Antidote. We can make 6 antidote. Each time you scavenge herbs, you don't just get 1 herb, you get several. And so now I'm going to load up on antidote, because when I get to the Sunken City, I'm going to need it bad. Brian Menard says that he actually lost a survivor in about 3 minutes one time. I mean, that can happen to anybody. But yeah, that is my attitude, Brian, that I do tend to just think of these runs less as like, oh, I'm going to win this time, and more as I'm going to collect as much stuff as I can so that we can build up our community, and later on I'll succeed. So I could go to this military outpost. I could go to this neighborhood, or I could use all of my fuel just to go to this large neighborhood, because I've beaten this boss battle, this Herc blockade, one time. That means that I'm allowed to skip areas as long as I've got enough fuel. I don't think I'm going to do that, though. Let's go to the military outpost and see what kind of equipment we can get for ourselves there. This is an expensive side trip, so we'll see how it goes. So Brian says, fist blades, how do you have so many resources? So I don't know if you've unlocked the thing that lets you loot zombie bodies. I think it's the knowledge. One of the knowledge upgrades basically says that like a lot of the zombies will drop basic resources when you kill them. And so that's where I'm getting a lot of these basic crafting resources. None of these zombies happen to have it, but I think that is where a lot of my stuff is coming from. So where am I looking? Okay, there's a Herc outpost down this way. Oh, hello. I'm going to use this entire board on these zombies. So when you run out of stamina, you can still fight. What you can't do is run and dodge. And so it's easy to sort of get partway into a fight and think you're doing great, and then try to dodge something and realize that you've run yourself completely out of stamina. Okay, so I can have less stamina, do more melee damage. I like that. Carry capacity, I just ignore carry capacity a lot of the time. Melee resistance is pretty valuable. Let's go with the glass cannon, though. Punching that soldier. Okay. So yeah, like right here. I just scavenged some rounds off that soldier. Which I think I couldn't do at the beginning. Alright, so I'm feeling overconfident. Let's just start this thing without clearing the level first. See what happens. I got my improvised shotgun. I'll be okay. So yeah, Brian, when you start unlocking some of the looting upgrades, your wealth in this game dramatically goes up. Okay, so these armored guys are going to take forever, so I'm just not going to worry about them. As long as there's other zombies around. I mean, I guess I'll hit them a bit if they're the only zombies around me. You'll notice my my weapon durability is a lot higher, too. That's also from knowledge upgrades. So yeah, you end up with these sort of compounding things where it's like, because of the upgrades, not only is your weapon durability going up, but you also do more damage per hit, which means you're hitting zombies less before they die. So everything lasts much longer. When you're new to the game, you feel like you're just constantly starving for supplies and for everything else. But yeah, as you progress, you feel like the ramp up into feeling more capable and more survivable is really steep. Okay. There we go. We got everybody. I guess machete? We'll go machete. And let's look in here. So, we've got our first upgrade. Let's use our antiviral. Let's get some more antiviral. Do I want to use my batteries on these things? I've got 3. So yeah, let's use 1. See what's in here. An MP5. Okay, not too bad. I think that as far as attachments go, an MP5 counts as a pistol. So my G37, it's got a capacity of 17. My MP5's got a capacity of 30. And it does much higher damage per second. The downside being, of course, that it's going to blast through my ammo. But maybe that's fine. I'm not really using it stealthily right now. So, yeah, let's equip the MP5. And then let's stick our attachments on it. So, oh, actually, you know what we should do? Now that we've got a suppressor. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Let's still keep the G17. Let's slot the MP5 over here. And then let's put my muzzle brake on the MP5. Let's put the extended magazine, or an extended magazine in the MP5. But then let's stick the bottle suppressor on the G17. Okay, I'll worry about that stuff later. Okay, so now I've got, they're firing the same ammo, which is problematic, but now I've got a quiet G17 for normal stuff. But I've got a loud MP5 for when I get overwhelmed. So what else am I looking for? There's something up here. Hopefully this is going to be fuel. Yes. Alright, so we got some fuel. Where's my car? There's my car. All right, let's load up the fuel. So you can see it always says, like, the amount of fuel he says is, it says 3 of 1. So 1 means this is the minimum to get safely to the next location. The 3 means I've got 3 fuel. So let's start the car and get out of here. Okay, so we could go to this large neighborhood, or we could just go straight to the Herc blockade. I'm kind of inclined to go straight to the Herc blockade. So this was originally the first sort of boss battle or boss level of the game. And it would take usually all of my resources to get here and have any hope of success. And I had a really big fight where I had to basically turn on 2 loud power generators and suffer through multiple sieges in order to get this giant gate open and leave the area. Now, the same location is still here. But, you know what, I'll just go a different place, let that bloater cloud dissipate. But now it's just a bunch of zombies, a bunch of resources, and a Herc blockade. I mean, sorry, a Herc station. Okay, so that was a problem. So normally these guys infect you while damaging you, but because I've got antiviral in my system, that infection effect doesn't happen. Remember that infection node that I hit last episode that just took me way, way down? That doesn't happen if you've got antiviral in your system. So you'll notice that the reason I didn't dodge away from that bloater was because I didn't realize I was out of stamina when it hit me. By the way, you notice every time I swing my weapon, I'm making noise and I'm moving forward. So I keep just chaining from attracting one zombie to attracting another. And it's really easy to run low on stamina that way. I'm being a little cavalier because, I mean, you know, that's not what I meant to do. Because I've got a bunch of bandages, I've got a bunch of food. I'm just not worried about losing my my health and stamina. Once things get more desperate, once my infection level is much higher and my health is much lower, I'm going to be worrying a lot more about that stuff. As you saw in my previous episode. So, hello, boys. See, so I'm already out of stamina, so I can't dodge these guys. Luckily, they don't need to be dodged. I can stagger them and prevent them from attacking me. So yeah, so right here, this switch, I had to pull it in order to open the gate originally, but now it's just already open. So I like the fact they don't make you play the boss battles again. Like, once you've done the boss battles, these levels actually kind of become sort of little treasure bonanzas. Like, they actually become advantageous for you to go to rather than a threat. So yeah, let's activate this beacon, collect some supply, and then let's fight our way to the other side. So, what other garbage tool can I use? Again, so I just always go through all of my crappiest weapons first before using my good ones. I figure I'll want the good ones later on. So I was not being very careful here. Luckily, opening your inventory pauses the game, so you can change weapons if you need to. Unlike State of Decay. Sorry. Whew, alright. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Can I heal first? Can I heal first? Yes! Alright. So yeah, you see, like, that last hit that I do where I miss the zombie because it's already dead typically sends me charging into the next crowd of zombies and attracting them. So another thing worth bearing in mind is a thing I actually just forgot. So never mind. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, yeah. Is the fact that anytime you use, like, an item... Oh, gosh. You guys are dangerous. Even over there? Every time you use an item from your quick bar, like, say, if I were to, use another bandage right here, that actually equips it instead of your weapon. So you have to switch back to your weapon. The same way that you have to remember to reload your weapon, or like load each new weapon that you equip. Similarly, you have to remember to put your weapon back in your hand, or you'll do the thing that I often do, which is try to shoot at a zombie and start healing yourself with a bandage instead. Okay, red dot sight, not too bad. Explosives. Oh, and we just ran out of antiviral, but that's okay, because we're about to get some more. I'm kind of surprised there wasn't a Charging Charles in here. There wasn't a Juggernaut type enemy. Oftentimes those do show up in here. Yeah, so if some guys with more health were showing up, I would have switched to the MP5, but because it was just zombies that I could pick off one at a time, I didn't worry about it. Or if there were a lot more zombies crowding me. Alright, so we'll pick up these supplies, and then I don't have enough infected blood to make myself a new antiviral, but there's a free antiviral right here. I've only got one battery left, so I'm not going to use it on those supplies. And I think that's it. I think that's everything I need to do here. So, let's head out. Bunch of zombies outside the fence. Not going to worry about those. I think I already grabbed the supply from the middle of the map. Oh, wait, we're out of fuel. Hold on. Oh, there's fuel over here. I didn't realize. Okay, let's go figure out where this fuel is. Oh, is that it? I think I see the fuel can. One thing it took me a while to realize, to remember, that this view actually shows you where important stuff is. I spent a long time not remembering that that was a tool. They show it to you early in the tutorial, but it's really easy to forget that that's a thing. And so I wouldn't use it. And so sometimes I'd be just running all over a map looking for fuel and not be able to find it. When actually it's not that hard to find the fuel. Oh, wait a minute. Brian says, you can craft antiviral? Your people must live for so long. So yeah, so the antiviral comes from when you can only do it at a Herc outpost, and the ingredient to do it, the infected blood, you get it from like the freak zombies, especially the ones that have like pink gas coming off them. Those are the ones that I think have the infected blood. So here's a supply cache. So yeah, so now we're headed into the mountains. So this actually might be a really good time to cut the episode. I think, yeah, maybe what we'll do is an episode per area. So my very first episode was set in the Sunken City, which was the most advanced place I'd gotten to yet. My second episode was in Suburbia, and now I'm going to do a third episode in the mountains. So if you want to subscribe to my channel and go see that episode, you can. I'm going to stick the link to it right here. And yeah, if you're watching me live, of course, we're going to keep going right now. But if you're watching it later on YouTube, that's what all the invisible buttons are for.